In this video, you will learn how to use the Reports and Utilities features in Destiny. The first thing we will discuss is backing up and rebuilding the system. It is important that each district or school establish a backup and restore plan for Destiny. Follett recommends using a third-party backup solution that includes a structured query language or SQL server agent for the database and open file management for the application folder and backing up to removable media or to a remote network location. In the Jackson County School System, we have one server dedicated to running Destiny Library Manager. It is running Windows 2003 server with a Microsoft SQL 2005 service. Currently, the SQL server is set up to back up the database nightly. Then a copy of the backup is sent to a server we have in-house that collects backups to write to an external hard drive. It is important to make sure that the Destiny SQL database, which contains the Destiny data, the Destiny SQL transaction log, and the master SQL database are backed up. In addition to this, the Destiny content in the Destiny applications folders, such as the application configuration files, application logs, job and report output, export files, images, custom scripting, visual search configuration, and other files also need to be backed up. These folders are located on the application server. Follett recommends completing at least one full backup weekly, and the subsequent daily backups may be full or differential. Full backups involve backing up the entire system, while differential backups contain only the changes made since the last full backup. If a media specialist needed to rebuild the Destiny system from the backup, they would use the offline copy of that server in a virtual machine file that can be loaded onto a VMware server and be active in a short amount of time. The most current database can then be imported into the virtual machine version of the Destiny server until the real server can be rebuilt or hardware replaced. Next, we will learn how to run a circulation report. In order to do this, click on the Reports tab in Destiny. From here, you will click on Library Reports. From this list, you will scroll down to Circulation and click on Current Checkouts and Fines. From this screen, you are able to run specific reports. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can set up a new report or notice. You have several options. You may choose to view checked out and overdue items, all that are currently overdue. You can set the date for how many days they are overdue, the date they are due from, or you can see all the books that are currently checked out. You can also view unpaid library fines, unpaid textbook fines, and unpaid patron fines. You can choose how to view the report. You can email the report to homerooms or print notices of these reports. In order to set up this report, click all that you would like to see and click Continue. When you get to this screen, you can choose to update by patron types. So you can click on Employee, Parent, Faculty, or Student. You can choose a graduation year, patrons of other sites that have materials that belong to our school. You can limit by faculty or student status, such as active, inactive, or restricted. You can also limit by textbooks or materials patrons have fines that they owe to, or materials that belong to other sites. When you have clicked all that you would like to view and report, click Continue. In this screen, you can choose to select by patron name, grade level, or homeroom, title for library book materials, the price of the checked out overdue items. You can also choose to view the barcode, phone number, and subtotal items or fines for each person. You can also limit this by grade level and homeroom. You can choose to save whatever setup you choose and give it a title and schedule it to run daily or weekly at specific times. Once you have chosen the report you want to run, you will click Save and Run. Your report will then be available under the Report Manager link. Here will be a list of your completed reports that you have set to run. Next, we will learn how to create an inventory using Destiny. From this screen, you will click on the Back Office tab. You will then click on the Inventory link on the left-hand side of the page. This is where you will complete inventories. You can complete an inventory for library materials as well as textbooks. Some media specialists recommend that you start a new inventory at the beginning of each school year on the first day of student and teacher checkout. This helps to keep up with what you circulate throughout the year. In order to start a new inventory, click Start New. You will then need to give your inventory a name. You can also specify specific call number ranges and set a date for when you want books to be considered unaccounted for. When you're ready to begin the inventory, click OK. You can also complete an inventory by scanning each book one at a time in your media center. Some media specialists recommend that you do this at the end of every school year in order to compare what you have in your media center versus what is listed in Destiny. When you are ready to review your inventory reports, click on the Reports tab, Library Reports link, and then scroll down to Inventory Control. From here, you can view completed inventories and in-progress inventories. If you click on completed inventories, you can see the inventory name, the date it was completed, who completed it, and the number of materials accounted for. From this page, you can also then click on the In Progress tab to view inventories that are in progress. You can then click to view the specific inventories. From this page, you can run the report of the inventory as well as see which copies have been considered lost. If you click on this page, you can see the specific details such as the barcode, call number, author, title, and the date the book was marked lost. If the book has been found, you can click the Found link. You can also choose to delete this item from your Destiny system. We will now learn how to run a collection age report. In order to do this, click on the Reports tab, then the Library Reports link. From here, you will scroll down to the Statistics section, which is at the bottom of the page. You will then click on Collection Statistics Summary. This page can take a few moments to load, so I've already opened it in another tab. When you get to the page, you will see this page here. Make sure you have clicked on the Age tab at the top of the page. Here you will see materials grouped by call numbers, the number of copies of materials within each section that contain dates, the average copyright date of each material in that section, as well as its average age, the number of materials that have been circulated within each section this year, and in total since the Media Center has been open, as well as the number of copies of materials in each section and the percent of the entire collection that this section makes up. You can always click to print these reports by clicking the Printable tab. You can drill down even further to see more specific reports by clicking on the specific call number range. Here you can see it becomes even more specific, and we can drill down even further by clicking again. This helps you to see exactly what materials and their ages that you have on average in your media center. Next, we will learn how to create and print barcodes and spine labels, as well as how to run an unused barcode report. In order to do this, click on the Reports tab and then the Library Reports link. You will then want to scroll down to the Labels section. Here you have several choices. You can choose to click and run barcode labels to create new or replace copy barcode labels. You can create and replace reading program labels, as well as spine and pocket labels. If you click on the barcode labels link, you have the choice to choose between used and unused barcodes. You can choose how many labels you want to print for each barcode, how you would like them to be sorted, how you would like to select specific materials that you would like to print barcodes for. You can also choose a specific list from which you want to choose materials to print barcodes, the dates that copies were added, material types, and then down here you can choose what information you want to include on each label, such as the title, author, call number. You can choose the label stock you'd like to use, what label you want it to start on, and any other printer details that you'd like to specify. You can then click the Run Report, and your report will show up under the Report Manager link. When printing spine and pocket labels, you can have many of the same choices as how to sort, and based on what kind of list or call number or barcode number or range. You can choose what kind of labels you'd like to use in specific printer specifications. And again, when you run your report, it will then be available for you to view and print in the Report Manager link. In order to run a report of unused barcodes, click on Library Reports and click on Barcode Lists. From here, you can select used barcode numbers or unused barcode numbers. Follett can help you keep track of your barcodes, but since all of your materials will not necessarily come from Follett, you may want to keep a list on your computer of specific barcodes that you have set up for each section, or perhaps by material type in your media center. You can then choose the number of barcodes you would like to run a report for, and what barcode number you would like to choose for your report to start at. Destiny will then go through and show you all of the unused barcodes that are either consecutive in the range or all of them, starting with a specific barcode or specific range that you specify for your media center. Once you have done this, click Run Report, and just like the other reports, it will be available then under the Report Manager tab. Finally, we will learn how to create custom indexes and reports. In order to do this, click on the Reports tab and then the Library Reports link. One helpful report that you can run is a reading program report. If your school takes part in a program such as Accelerated Reader, this report may be helpful for you. You can generate a report of all the materials in a specific reading level or a point value. You can also choose to create a report with quizzes that have no matching titles, titles that have no matching quizzes, and titles that do have AR quizzes. Once you have selected all that you would like to view in your report, click Run Report, and then your report will be viewable under the Report Manager link. Another helpful link is the Bibliography tab. From here, you can choose to create a bibliography based on a specified list, call number, barcode, or dates that copies or titles were added or updated. The list selection allows you to view specific lists that you have chosen to create in Destiny. You can do this using the Catalog tab and then Resource Lists. From here, you can add a new list or edit and update the list that you already have created. In order to add to your list, search for titles within the card catalog. Select the specific list you are looking to add a material to, and then click Add to this list. The item will then be included on your list. You can then choose to run a report and get an index of a specific list from your selection. Click Run Report and your report will be viewable in the Report Manager. You can then view your report and see all of the titles, their call number, author, and a short description of each material within that specific list that you have chosen to search. You can also build your own reports under the Report Builder tab. If you'd like to create your own custom report, click New Report, and then from here you'll be led through a series of steps in order to create a very specific report for your media center. You have now learned about the specific reports and utilities of Destiny. I encourage you to pause the video at this point, find a piece of paper and pencil, and answer these 8 quiz questions. The answers will shortly follow in the next slide. Here are the answers to the quiz questions. I encourage you again to pause your video to check your answers. This concludes our video on how to use the reports and utilities in Destiny.